تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك لمن خشي ربه. صدق الله العظيم. My dear respected brothers and sisters who are listening, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My brothers, my sisters, we've got together here to have maybe a session of probably about an hour or something. And Asr Adhan is going to go at 1:30, so we'll be here around that time. I'll look at your faces. If I see that you're nodding off, you're getting a bit tired, I'm going to stop, okay? And if I feel that you're engaged, then I'll carry on. So it's all dependent on your faces. And this is not something that I'm just doing, it's a sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Sahih Hadith of Bukhari, it says, مَخَافَةَ السَّامَّةِ عَلَيْنَا. Rasulullah ﷺ used to stop talking to his Sahaba about hadith when he saw them getting bored. Okay, or with the fear, not them getting bored, but with the fear they might get bored. And this is Prophet ﷺ, and it can happen. It doesn't mean that I'm boring. If you start getting tired, there could be many reasons. It could be, it's Sunday afternoon, it's quite warm in here. Normally masjids, don't regulate the temperatures. Do you understand? You don't know about that. No masjids, masjids. In your home, you always regulate the temperature. Somebody puts too much heating on, it's like, hey, we'll put the heating on, put the thermostat on to about 22 degrees. It's really good. The human needs 22 degrees, yeah? 21 to 23 is what the human being needs. When you get to the masjid, minimum 26 degrees. La ilaha illallah. No wonder people drop off, yeah? So the thing is, for the masjid, I'm saying you can save a lot on your energy bills as well if you regulate the temperature and have a thermostat. But for you as well, there could be many reasons why you might not be engaged. Anyway, I'm going to carry on, inshallah, and I'm going to see how you are, and according to that, I will either make it long or make it short. But maximum, we'll have to stop for Salat al-Asr. Okay. So we are here to talk about the road to paradise. My friends, our home, if I say where's your home, you might say my home is in, Bangladesh, it's in Egypt, it's in, Afghanistan, it's in Pakistan. You might say that's where your home is. You might say, if I ask your father where's his home, he's going to look at where his father was, okay? And if I ask your grandfather, he's going to look at where his father was, okay? But you know what? Humanity has got a home. All humans have got a home, and our home for all humans is where our great-great-great-great-great-grandfather came, the original human being, the first human being. That is who? That is who? Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. Adam alayhi salatu wasalam was created and he was given Jannah as his home. This was his original home. This was the home where he had his first parts of his life. Of course, he wasn't born. He was just created, and Allah put the soul inside him, and then Allah made him go to Jannah. And in Jannah, subhanallah, he had everything. That was his home. Hawa alayhi salam, radiallahu anha, when she was created, again, she had no mother, she had no father. She was created because Adam alayhi salam was, he had something missing in Jannah, and he wanted something, and he didn't even know what he wanted. He couldn't even express what he wanted. So he was sitting down one day and he was just, having his midday sort of siesta, and he opened his eyes and he saw Hawa alayhi salam. Both of them, their home was Jannah. Jannah was the most beautiful place ever, and it is the most beautiful place ever. It will be the most beautiful place ever, where everything is perfect. And it's created for the human being. Jannah has been created for all human beings. We are from another planet. You guys don't understand what I'm trying to say? Maybe I've gone cuckoos or you gone cuckoos. Some of you look at me thinking, listen man, it's going to be too far here. We are from a different planet. We're not from this planet. What's this planet? Planet Earth. We're not from planet Earth. We're from planet Jannah. You guys understand? We're from planet Jannah. Here is not our place. This is planet Earth. I'm not accustomed to this. You're not accustomed to this. That's why we don't like to be on planet Earth. We're in pain in planet Earth. Planet Earth doesn't suit me, it doesn't suit you, because sometimes planet Earth is too cold and sometimes planet Earth is too hot. Sometimes planet Earth will give me comforts and sometimes it will give me disasters. In planet Earth, if you take, right now, if you take a sharp item and you put it on my hand and you squeeze it, is it going to hurt or not? Tell me. Go, guys.
Bismillah, yeah. If you talk to me, you stay awake, yeah? If you put a sharp item to me and you prick me, will it hurt or not? Yes, it will hurt you. But if you go to Jannah and you prick somebody, it doesn't hurt. Planet Earth, I have, some food. Okay? We just had some halwa puri over there. Yeah? Some of you guys missed out. But there's only enough for about 4 or 5 people, no problem. If you have biryani, your halwa puri, your, whatever it is, your kebab rolls, and for the young generation, your chicken and chips, right? If you have that, then you've had it inside your stomach, but then you take it inside, no problem. But then you've got to be able to digest it. If you can't digest it, then you're a dead man. You probably, end up not digesting it, having constipation. You probably, ate something dodgy, so your whole stomach is going to become watery. Whatever it is, in planet Earth, when we eat something, we have to let it out. And when we have to let it out, we have to go to the toilet. On planet Earth, the toilet smells. Or does it not smell? The whole process smells. Every time you eat, you have to go to the toilet. Every time you eat, you have to go to the toilet. And some people have a problem in keeping their wudu. There's another problem, right? Planet Earth, you eat something in your teeth. If you don't clean your teeth, you've got another problem. Because the little pieces of food in between your teeth are going to start getting to your gums, and then you have to go to the dentist and spend some money there to get it all cleaned out. Planet Earth doesn't suit me and doesn't suit you, my friends. I'm telling you, listen to me carefully. This is not our planet. Wake up, right? Planet Earth, you cry. In Jannah, no one will ever cry. That's our planet. Here, you cry because you have emotions and you have rivalry, and you want to get the thing that you don't have, right? You will always have the thing you don't have. And this is planet Earth. This is how it's been created. But in Jannah, Allahu Akbar, Allah says, وَنَزَعْنَا مَا فِي صُدُورِهِم مِّن غِلٍّ إِخْوَانًا عَلَى سُرُرٍ مُتَقَابِلِينَ. Allah says, I have taken out from them the rivalry that human beings have. This rivalry we have inside ourselves is on planet Earth. It causes a lot of problems amongst ourselves. You've got to know how to control it. If you don't know how to control it, you are in serious trouble. If you keep on looking at the next man, and you keep on looking at the next woman, and you think, I want what she has, or I want what he has. If you have that, and that greed is inside you, and this rivalry, and you want to get more and more, then you're in a big problem. Because you are always after something, and you can never get enough. You can never get enough. In planet Earth, there's an illusion. The illusion is, if you get that, you're going to be happy. And once you get it, after a little while, what happens is the novelty wears off. You were after this house, you got the house. First day when you got the house, you were like, MashaAllah, I'm going to do sujood in every single room of the house. The brother is praying 2 rakats in every room of the house, MashaAllah. His wife is saying, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Allah. The first day when they got the house, they were very happy. It was only a 3-bedroom house. After that, they had 2 children or 3 children. After that, a little while, the house is like normal now. First they were in a flat, now they moved to a 3-bedroom house. They're very happy here. After a little while, she says, this house, is not too good. We need to move. And the brother's thinking, Ya Allah, I haven't got the money to move right now. Planet Earth, you always got complaints. You've always got things to deal with. But in Jannah, la ilaha illallah, whatever Allah will give to whoever, you will have no complaint. You are happy with whatever you got. And you are so happy that you wish no more. That's how the human being was. That's how Adam alayhi salam was. That's how our great-grandfather was, alayhi salatu salam. That's how his wife, Hawa, was. And that's how we will be when we get back to our planet. But while we're here, we've got a lot of ups and downs. And Allah has created this earth, planet Earth, purposefully for this. Because we're in a transition period. We are on planet Earth, we're going to live here, and we're going to die here, and from this we'll come back out. What did Allah Azza wa Jalla say? مِنْهَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ وَفِيهَا نُعِيدُكُمْ وَمِنْهَا نُخْرِجُكُمْ تَارَةً أُخْرَى. From the earth did we create you, human beings, and in the earth we will place you once again. And when we take you back out, you're going to be into a different world. فِيهَا تَحْيَوْنَ وَفِيهَا تَمُوتُونَ وَمِنْهَا تُخْرَجُونَ. On the earth you will live, on the earth you will die, and from the earth you shall be brought back again. This is what Allah Azza wa Jal has made as a system. Now what happens is, some brothers and some sisters, they come to this planet Earth and they think this is our planet. La hawla wa la quwwata. Bruv, you're messed up. If you think, that this is it, this is where, people who get the mahabba and the love of the dunya of planet Earth, if they get hooked on to the love of this world, la ilaha illallah, my man, that guy is finished. La finito. He's finished. Why? Because he wants to stay here. Allah says in the Holy Quran, يَوَدُّ أَحَدُهُمْ لَوْ يُعَمَّرُ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ. One of them wishes that he has a life for 1,000 years on this earth. 1,000 years? Yes, that's your wish. You don't want to ever die. You do not ever want to die. You don't want to think of death. You live a life as if you will live for another 100 years. And you know what? You are seriously messed up. Because what you're doing is, you're going after one house, then you go after another house, then you go after another one. And you go after one car and a better car and a better car. You go after this phone, you go after this place, and then soon enough, your business is thriving, mashallah. So everybody say mashallah. The business is thriving, the brother gets the money. But what happens is, if the mahabba, if the love of planet Earth comes into his heart, he's finished. He's sinking now. He doesn't realize he's sinking. Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu said, he said, the dunya is like us sailing a boat or a ship on top of water. As long as the water is underneath you, beneath you, then you're fine. You can carry on sailing as much as you want. But once the water from beneath you gets inside the boat, then you're in trouble. The same way, as long, brother, you can do as much business as you want, no problem. You can earn as much as you want. Islam has made it halal for you to earn as much as you want. You could be part of the capitalist society that you see dollars after dollars and pounds after pounds, no problem. But if those dollars and if those pounds and if those rupees and whatever it is, riyals, they enter your heart and you start loving them, you are sinking. You don't even know what's happening to you. You will wake up to a world where you will be frightened. Because once you get out of planet Earth, my friend, you're going to want to get to planet Jannah. And if you can't make it to planet Jannah, and if you're not on your way to planet Jannah, then you are in serious trouble. Whoever wakes up without preparing for the next world is in serious trouble. And Allah Azza wa Jalla has sent us to this world. Why? Because His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, he said what? He said, the whole dunya, ad-dunya khuliqat lakum. The world has been created for you, in your service. وَإِنَّكُمْ خُلِقْتُمْ لِلْآخِرَةِ. And you have been created for the afterlife. Not the life right now, it's the afterlife. Now notice what the Quran says. The Quran calls this one dunya. Dunya means the close thing. The Quran calls planet Jannah and the whole of the next life, it calls it al-akhirah, the next life or the final life. Al-akhirah is either you say the next life or it's the final life. And this one, the Quran says ad-dunya, the close one. Okay? Now what happens is, Allah Azza wa Jalla said, وَالْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَى. The next life is the one that is better than this world and is more everlasting. You will never ever die once you go from this earth. There's no two deaths that anybody will have. Once we die from here, we wake up on the day of judgment, there is no other death after that. No matter how much you want death to come to you, it will not come to you. Now, the akhirah is something which is far away. My friends, are you affected? Tell me this, yes or no. Are you affected on a daily basis of what is happening to you in Leeds, or are you affected with what is happening right now in London? What are you affected by? Come on, what are you affected by? Leeds. Because you're living where? Leeds. Leeds is your dunya. Okay, Leeds is the close thing to you. And because it's the close thing to you, the close things always affect us. And Allah Azza wa Jalla has said, Al-Akhirah is the one that is further away from you, but don't be deluded. Allah has said this close one, Allah has said ghurur. Allah has said this deception. Allah has zuyyina, it's all glamour, it's glitter. Because what happens is the shaitan is ghurur, the shaitan is deceptive. Shaitan wants me to believe this is my planet. Shaitan wants me to believe this is my world. Shaitan wants me to believe this is it. Once I die and finished. And if I don't realize, then the whole of Jannah, everything will be lost. My friends, in the illusion of understanding that this is my world, you know what people have done? People start to go out there, they have fun. To have fun is halal. To have fun is halal. But you got to understand, certain funny things or entertainments or whatever you're going to do is going to make you more and more closer to the dunya. And certain things you're going to do is going to still keep you awake for the akhirah. Why do you think Islam has said to us not to laugh too much? You know why? Because if you make yourself absent-minded, you're going to believe that planet Earth is your world. And it's my world, and we're living here forever. Everything becomes your world. Because your wife, your kids, or your brothers, your sisters, your school, your college, your university, that's it. That's what life is about. And people don't even realize they want to give their children education, but they're only stopped at the education of this world. My friend, if you want to give education to any of your children, making them engineers, make them doctors, make them IT consultants, whatever it is, mashallah, may Allah Azza wa Jal give barakah to your children and to you as well. Say Ameen. But if you make them engineers, or you make them people who are growing up, and you give them the best of education, you spend £20 an hour private tuition you gave them, okay? But what you failed on is you failed to give them the deen. If you do that, then you made them children of planet Earth and not children of planet Jannah. Just remember that. I went once, I had a barbecue in London, okay? A friend of mine has been asking me for a long time, okay? He's an elderly chap. He said, come down to my house. After a while, I said, okay, I'm coming. I went to his house. Okay, he took me to the garden. It was summertime, mashallah. He had the barbecue, and he was barbecuing. I thought, oh, mashallah, alhamdulillah, I like barbecues. Okay, so I'm sitting there, and then he introduces me to his son. His son is 30-something years old, right? He said, this is my son, and my son studied, and he graduated from Cambridge. What are you going to say, mashallah? Listen, yeah, I say, subhanallah, mashallah, that's good. And then he said, you know, my daughter-in-law, that's his wife, she graduated from Oxford. Subhanallah ji, subhanallah ji. So now this is called the marriage of Oxbridge. Do you understand? The best of the two get married together. Okay, so Allah gave him 2 children. I thought, mashallah, it's really nice. They had 2 young children. And I thought, oh, mashallah, Allah's given him a very big house, he really spent a lot of money to get his children where they are. I thought that's very nice for him. I'm very happy for people like that. Then Salah time came, Asr time came. And when we started the Asr prayer, I said, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Loss, a complete loss. His child was 33 years old or something. Cambridge graduate, salary is 100,000. His wife's salary is more than him. Okay? 6-figure salaries. 6-figure salaries. And when his son started to pray Asr with us, a 33-year-old, he was looking at his dad and he was copying his dad. He didn't know how to pray. And I thought, put your Oxbridge and everything in the bin, right? Put your Oxbridge in the bin. This is complete failure. My friends, if you're going to make your children something, make them, don't forget, they are the abna'ul akhirah, they're children of the akhirah before the children of the dunya. Don't ever forget that. You want to make them dentists, no problem, make them a dentist. You want to give them a good education, no problem, I've got nothing against that. Not every child is going to be a hafiz of the Quran, I understand that. Not every child will become alim of the religion, I understand that. If you put them towards hifz and ilm, no problem, that's even better. But if you're not going to do that, one thing you should never forget is that you should not compromise on the akhirah. Because if you have a doctor that has no deen, what have you created? You've created for yourself a massive burden for the akhirah. Because when you go to your grave, your son won't even know, or your daughter doesn't even know how to even pray Fatiha over you after you die. La hawla. You're dead, you're in a casket or coffin or whatever, okay? They're about to take you to the graveyard. Your son comes to the janazah, comes to pray. He doesn't even know Allahumma filli hayyina wa mayyitina wa shahidina wa ghaibina wa saghirina wa kabir. He doesn't even know that. What kind of son have you created for your akhirah, for your paradise, my friend? Okay? You go to your grave, your son and daughter are going to cry over you for a little while, but they don't even know how to make dua for you. Right? You made the best of them, you made the best for yourself. You get to the akhirah, and when you get to the akhirah and you stand on the day of judgment, then Allah Azza wa Jal is going to take your son aside and going to say, you know, servant, you are not doing well in the dunya in terms of your religion. Okay, you might have been very good in your profession as a dentist or as a, lawyer, whatever it is, you might have been good, but you had nothing of religion. Why not? And you know what the son's going to say? You know what the daughter's going to say? Is that my father, my mother, they never gave me that. Do you think your child is going to stand on the Day of Judgment and say, oh Allah, it's all my fault? No. No. And I'm going to say no. Because Allah Azza wa Jalla has said in the Holy Quran, He's warned us that fathers will go after sons and sons will go after fathers. وَاخْشَوْا يَوْمًا لَا يَجْزِي وَالِدٌ عَنْ وَلَدِهِ وَلَا مَوْلُودٌ هُوَ جَازٍ عَنْ وَالِدِهِ شَيْئًا. Father will not give any, mercy or have any mercy on the child will have no mercy on the father. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, whatever you're doing, alhamdulillah, it's fine, but don't forget, your children are children of Jannah and children of Akhirah before the children of this world. And the way we live our lives, you make your own pathway to paradise. This whole talk is about road to paradise. The first thing is, before, I can sit here and I can talk to you. I'm going to talk a little bit about Jannah later on. If you're sitting here, you're thinking, man, when the Hurain going to come? Yeah, they're going to come, brother. Okay? They're going to come, brother. Have sabr, okay? But what I'm trying to say to you, let's understand where we are, because if you don't understand what we're creating here, you're never going to get to that Jannah in the first place. So the first thing is, what kind of parenting are you doing? What kind of life have you got? What kind of house have you got? Do you have salah in your house, my friend? Do you make sure that all your children pray salah? Have you actually given them, the knowledge and the love? Before knowledge comes love, my friend. Before knowledge comes love. If you want to know the very basic ingredients of making a good child, I'm going to tell you in a few steps. Because this talk is not about children, it's talk about akhirah, but I'm linking it together. First thing is, don't spoil your children. Don't give them too much and don't give them too less. If you give them too less, you're going to start making them thieves. And you're going to make them greedy. If you give them too much, alright, you're going to have them spoiled. And you're going to have them be boastful and arrogant and, not on the right path. As your children grow up, do justice between them. Don't make one more lovable to you. When that one comes to you, and that one comes to you. I'm trying to say, like, get away from here. Don't do that, because that one that you just did that to, that one is going to be your biggest burden for you later on. Have adl, have balance between your children and your love between children. Next thing is, as they're growing up, all the technologies in your house, I know this generation is a generation of technologies. My friend, you can say as much as you want that we never grew up with this, we never had the internet in our time, we never had, oh my God, we used to have this, you can moan as much as you want. But this generation is the generation of all these gadgets, and they're going to live with it, and there's worse coming. This is nothing. There's worse coming. The children of the next generation, they're going to be people who are going to be sitting in your living room with a pair of, these goggles they're going to have, right? Okay? And they're going to put these goggles on their eyes, okay? And they're going to sit in your living room, right? While they're sitting in front of nothing, they're going to be like, yeah. What's up? What's up? Yeah, cool, what's up? That's what they're going to be doing. And in their goggles, they're going to be seeing all their friends in real life. That's what's going to happen. Mark my words, within 10 years' time, this is landing here. And their friends are going to see them, because there's going to be a camera above which will project them in virtual reality to their friends and project their friends to them. Okay, that's how it's going to work. Meetings are going to happen like this. People are going to put goggles on and they're going to have meetings with each other like this. And you're going to walk in the living room, you're going to see this guy, you're going to look at him and say, hey, Kiko, look about this way. Who are you talking to, huh? He's talking to his friends. And he said, Dad, get up with the times, Dad. Get up with the times, Dad. You need to get a pair of these. The thing is, technology, fine. You need to control it in your house. You need to control it in your house. The simple thing is, make sure that your children don't have too much of it. No child should be playing hours and hours of these games. No way, man, no way. You're killing them. You're spoiling them. You are ruining their dunya, you're going to ruin their akhirah as well. Give them limited time. Limited time. Give them on the weekends, no problem. In my house, it's Monday to Friday. I have all board games, I have other things. They can't play these games. Total, no. Unless they're doing homework, they're not on the laptop. So why do you need it Monday to Friday? They don't need it. Saturday comes, we have homework schedule, we have maktab schedule, and then we have a few hours in between where they play. And that's the only hours they play, and that's it. Because the rest of the time they can play other games, they can read books and so on. Okay? And in your house, if you want to have kids that are actually, towards the akhirah, towards Jannah, please have ta'aleem. And the ta'aleem I'm going to say, get Riyadus Salihin. A book called Riyadus Salihin. Get that book. There's a very good translation of many good translations out there. Get a translation of Riyadus Salihin. Sit in your house for 5 to 10 minutes and just each of you read a hadith or something. You'll see the difference in your house. My friend, you are here. Do your children actually pray? And why not? And you have to do this gradually. If you want your children to pray, if you want them to wear hijab, it's a very, very gradual thing, okay? So I'm going to tell you straight up that my children, because this is all Jannah, this is all going to lead to Jannah, okay? If they don't pray, there's no Jannah. Any man, any woman says that I'm not going to pray and I'm still just going to go straight into Jannah, my friend, you're looking for the lottery ticket of the Akhirah. If Allah has sheer mercy on you, then fine. Otherwise, the laws of the Quran say that you're going to face some severe punishment in the next life, right? So the thing is, Salah is a massive pillar of our deen, and no person in the house should be without Salah. Not you, nor your wife, nor your children. And I don't care what you have to do, you get them to pray, and in a gradual way. Don't sort of go there with a baseball bat tomorrow. Hey! I'm not talking about, no, you're not playing baseball yet, but I'm telling you, take it gradually. My children, when he was 7, when my first child was 7, I said to him, you know your biggest birthday present is? He said, what? I said, you're going to now actually pray 1 salah a day. Okay, that's a massive thing. I hyped it up, you hyped it up. He used to pray with us whenever in 5 or 6. We said, your biggest moment is going to be when you're 7. Because when you're 7, you're going to pray 1 salah a day for Allah Azza wa Jalla. Made a big hype up, understand? And you have to tie Jannah with that as well, brother. And you don't say to a little kid that if you pray, you're going to get Hawr in Jannah. He don't understand. I gave this talk once, yeah, and a kid came up to me afterwards with his dad and he had a question. And he said, go inside it and he'll run itself and you'll be with it. He said, seriously? So he did his prayer straight away. He did it in 20 seconds. He said, I want to go to Jannah now. I said, son, take it easy. You don't go to Jannah that quick, okay? You're going to wait for your natural time to come. The thing is, if you tell children about their age group, then yes, they will understand that. They will understand that. So I normally tell kids, or people who've got an alcohol problem, you've got a wine problem, alcohol problem, is simple. Look, Allah's going to give you, in exchange of you letting all that go in this world, Allah's going to give you rivers of wine. Rivers. Not bottles, rivers. If some kids, they get into drugs. La hawla wa la quwwata. Some kids get into drugs. What will you get? Will you get a better thing in the akhirah? Much better one. You get the best one, better than all your cocaine, your heroin, the lot. Put it all together, it will give you bigger buzz than that. You're going to say, what can be bigger buzz than that? If you have all the cocaine, heroin, crack, and I don't know what else, what other names have you got, brothers? Anybody know? No one's going to say any names today. Steroids and whatnot, okay? Is it LSD or something, one of them? I got the right name or what? I don't know. Anyway, some of them are going to say, hey, you don't even know what drugs are. No problem, brother. I don't take drugs, okay? Right. The thing is, if you put them all together, the buzz you will get bigger buzz in Jannah. What is that? When Allah Azza wa Jal reveals Himself to His servants in the next life in Jannah, when people will look at Allah Azza wa Jal, they will forget Jannah, they will forget the Hur'in, they will forget the trees of Jannah, they will forget the fruits of Jannah, they will forget the rivers of Jannah, they will forget the gold and silver of Jannah, they will forget everything, they will forget life itself by just looking at Allah. Are you telling me that's not a serious buzz? You telling me that's not a serious buzz? And Allah gives a taste of that in this world. Allah gives to the believers, Allah gives a taste of that in this world. If you ever get into a situation where you're doing ibadah and you want to stay there and you want to carry on doing your ibadah, that's a very small taste Allah gives of the akhirah. And lucky are the believers who taste that on a regular basis. You're in your dhikr, you're doing your Quran, you're in your salah, you have a taste and you have a buzz that you want to carry on doing this. My friends, that is all possible in this world. What I want to say to you is that your children, you're 7,
I said to him, pray 1 salah. 8, I said 2 salahs. When it got to 9, or towards end of 8, I said 3 salahs. In 9, I said 4 salahs. As soon as he hit 10, I said 5 salahs a day now. Naturally done, alhamdulillah, my child prays all his salah, alhamdulillah. He's 13 years old now. May Allah give him barakah in this. Ameen. The daughter, same thing. Took her to that face, she prays all 5 now. She's 10 years old. The next son, he's 8 years old, he's doing 2 salahs a day. You do gradually, they will fit inside you. Don't try and go too harsh on them, don't go too easy on them. Don't wake up one day when they're 12 years old and you look, hey, tu itna bada kaisa ho gaya? Huh? Buddh ho gaya. How did you get that big? You're like a monster today. Hey, where's your salah now? Nah, brother. You make a big mistake now. The day when he's ruined, the day when he's gone off a different pathway, the day when he started taking drugs, the day when his friends are giving him, all these ideas in his head that he thinks that planet Earth is his planet, that's the day you wake up, you want to fix him, then you bring him to us, to the masjid, and you say, Mulisa, pump maru. So Mulisa quickly blow on him, there's some jinn inside him. Bro, it's no jinn, it's you. You're the biggest jinn in your house. You messed him up all his life. Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu said the same thing. He brought his son to the masjid, and he said to Sayyidina Umar, he said, my son doesn't listen to me. So Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu, he listened to the kid, he had a good word with him, and then he turned to the father and he said, أَهْمَلْتَهُ صَغِيرًا فَيُهْمِلَكَ كَبِيرًا. He said, you ruined him when he was young, now he's going to ruin you in your old age. If you don't invest your time for your kids, and I'm telling you brothers, look, if you've got a night shift, please, those of you who got a night shift, evening shift, you've got some things to worry about. My brothers, I'm telling you straight up, please. I know night shift is fine, it's halal. Some of you do evening shifts and night shifts, but please, you don't need to make all that money in that night time, okay? You don't need to make so much money. Look, just take it easy. You can change your shifts, make less money, get a different job, make probably less money, but no problem. Your kids need you between 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the evening, or 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock. Your kids need you every day, Monday to Friday, and on the weekends they need you. You spend time with them. If you're a person who's already prepping yourselves for Jannah, your children will automatically do it. You understand? That's the environment that you want to create. And Islam comes naturally. It's natural. If you suddenly try and bring Islam in the house, all of a sudden you want to do this, you want to do that, man, people are not ready for it. If you bring it gradually inside, if you put the love of Allah in the heart, if you put the love of the Messenger of Allah in the heart, if they see you and you are actually enjoying your dhikr, enjoying your dua, enjoying your tilawah, enjoying your Quran and so on, they will actually want to do some of that as well. If they see you enjoying your iPhone, your Samsung, if they see you enjoying your TV, if they see you enjoying YouTube and enjoying other things than the religion, then they too will go towards that. Your children are a product of what you make them in your house. Okay? Now, getting to the thing of about Jannah and the road towards Jannah. My friends, there are 2 pillars that Allah Azza wa Jal has given towards Jannah. One is Iman and one is good actions. These are the 2 things you need to get to Jannah. Allah has spread in the whole Quran from cover to cover. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٌ تَجْرِي مِن تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. Again and again, those people who have Iman and those people who have good actions, they're the people Allah Azza wa Jal will give them what? Will give them Jannah. Now, Iman is what? Iman is not Aqidah. Aqidah is where you learn about Iman, but that's not Iman. Iman is your heart's connection with Allah. You understand? Iman is my heart's connection with Allah. Iman is my faith in Allah. Iman is my tawakkul, my dependency on Allah. Iman is my sabr for Allah's sake. وَاصْبِرْ وَمَا صَبْرُكَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. That is Iman. Iman is faith in my heart when I know that things are against me on planet Earth. I don't care. I still want Allah Azza wa Jal. That is what Iman is. Okay? Amal salihat. Or Amil Salihah, doing good actions is what? Any good action, brother, my sister, any good action, you go towards it and try your best. If you mess up, you make tawbah to Allah Azza wa Jal. And you ask Allah Azza wa Jal to forgive you. We're all human beings. Let me just do a quick test for you, okay? Whoever has not ever committed a sin in their life, ever, please put your hand up. Anybody? Not even Imam Sahib is putting his hands up. Where's he going? Not even I'm putting my hands up. Okay? If I ask the question, whoever has never, ever lied in their life, never done that ever, put your hand up. How many of you are going to put your hand up? Come on. Because it's only the prophets that never lie. It's only the prophets that never sin. We're human beings and we make mistakes, and when you make a mistake, you make sure that you go back to Allah as well straight away. Look, there's nothing wrong in making a mistake and going straight back to Allah. Shaitan will get you and he will first punch you and then he will kick you on the floor. First he made you sin, and when you just sin, he comes inside, he says, he talks your mind, he says, I can't go back to Allah, I can't go back, I can't do that, nah, oh my God, how will Allah look at me if I stand in front of him, how will Allah see me now, I can't do that, I can't do that. You understand? You know what Shaitan did? He's kicking you on the ground. You made a mistake. You made a mistake where you sinned. It is now your chance to go straight back to Allah, and Allah will love you even more. Allah will love you even more. Seriously, He will love you more. As long as you try your best to not go back to the sin, He will love you more. Why? Because the hadith says so. Allah will love you. Allah will get very happy with you actually coming back to Him and saying to Him, look, I made a mistake. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said what? وَأَتْبِعِ السَّيِّئَةَ الْحَسَنَةَ تَمْحُهَا. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when you committed a sin, follow it up straight away with a good deed. It will wipe it away. Subhanallah, it will wipe it away. You made a sin, go back straight to Allah. Say, Allah, I've messed up. Just hands up. Oh Allah, I messed up. I'm going to do my best not to go back again towards that sin. I'm going to do my best. And you carry on staying with that. Insha'Allah, bi'idhnillah, what will happen is this. And I'm going to give you a quick route now to Jannah. If during your life you have Iman and you protect your Iman and you do good deeds, these two things. Look, I'm going to be straight up, okay? I'm going to say a few things that you probably don't normally hear. Okay? Get ready for this because I don't know whether you can digest it or not. Are you guys ready for this? Are you sure? Are you sure you're not going to like throw me out this masjid right now by saying the next few things here? Committee members are going to say, ban that guy from ever coming to our mosque again, you know. Groups are going to have, you know, flags flying outside, yeah. Please, get ready for this, yeah. If you look at I know it's important, I've got a beard, and I know it's important to have a beard. Because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had a beard and so on, okay, and we know understand as Muslims, you try and keep a beard and so on. So I know it's important for a sister to have a hijab and so on, and it's very important, it's fard on it, no problem, that's all there. But if you look into all the ahadith, if you look in all the ayats that say the people are going to go to Jannah, you know what they mention? They mention taqwa. They mention your God consciousness, your God awareness. They mention about fear of Allah. They mention of things like, they mention afaf. What's afaf? Afaf is you're modest. You're modest. Okay? What do they mention? They mention humbleness. They mention, you know, being people who are humble, people who are not arrogant. That's it. That you go to Jannah because of that. It doesn't say the guy with the longest beard goes to Jannah. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, though beard is important, it doesn't say the guy with the longest beard goes to Jannah. It doesn't say that the one who actually had all his, you know, this, that in shape goes to Jannah. No. Again, look, it's all important. I'm not saying it's not important to have a beard. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say to you is listen to it carefully. Because what I'm trying to say to all of you here is, every man here, every woman here is worthy of going to Jannah. Because everyone's road to Jannah is different. Do you understand? Everyone's road to Jannah is different. My friend, you probably went into Jannah because of, you're going to go to Jannah because of your nawafil. You're probably going to go to Jannah because of your tahajjud. Somebody else is going to go to Jannah because of their beard, appearance, whatever, mashallah, good. But some others are going to go to Jannah because they looked after an animal once in their life. That's in a hadith of Bukhari. Okay? A woman, she was a filthy woman, and she used to basically, you know, give her body away for money. And once she was passing by a dying dog, dying of thirst.
She went down into a well. She had to crawl into the well. It was one of those, sort of, not a very steep well, but one of those that you could actually, walk right down to. She went there now, she had nothing to bring the water back up with. So she took her shoe off. She put water in there, then she put her shoe in her mouth, right, to hold the water in there. She crawled out of the well, and then she took that shoe with the water inside and she quenched the thirst of the dog. And Allah's Messenger has said that woman will go to Jannah. So don't you and me start saying, become the guardians of Jannah. Some people, they're like the guardians of Jannah. It's like, bruv, you're not going to Jannah. Who said, man? What's wrong with you? What are you saying someone's not going to go to Jannah? Whose Jannah is it? Mine, yours, or Allah's Jannah? Who's it? Allah's Jannah. He lets who He wants inside there. Don't try and start making all of this, you're not going to Jannah, you're going to do, no. Allah's Jannah, okay? There's a man who gets into Jannah, Sahih Hadith al-Bukhari. How did he get into Jannah? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said he used to walk in a pathway and there was a branch that was sticking out, okay, crossing the pathway of the people going, so they had to duck down. So one day the man said, well, no, just do a simple thing. I'll go there, I'll just cut the branch so that people can just walk without having to duck down. That's the only thing he did. And Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said he was not only in Jannah, he was lying down and he was turning in Jannah. When you're so relaxed. Sometimes you're in Jannah, you're really, not in Jannah, but in the house, yeah? And you're really relaxed. And you turn around because you're so comfortable. That's what he was doing in Jannah. There's a woman, according to Sahih Hadith Muslim and Bukhari, what was her reward of going to Jannah? What did she do to get to Jannah? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked his companions, said, where's that woman who used to clean my masjid? They said, haven't you heard? Haven't you heard? She passed away, we did a janazah and everything. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, what? You've heard me? Why didn't you tell me I would have led her janazah? Then he went to a grave, then he visited the grave. Then after that he came back to the masjid, and later on he said this. He said, by Allah I swear, the one who has my soul in his hands, I saw that woman, right? In her hands was the dust of my masjid that she cleaned, while she was standing inside Jannah. What was her deed? Her deed was just cleaning the masjid. And Allah Azza wa Jal gave the Jannah to that. There's going to be certain people who will muadhins, who gave the adhan, and Allah will make their necks really long, about 12 foot tall, above everybody else. And that's the thing that God takes to Jannah. There's the man who goes to Hajj, and he actually dies in Hajj. He probably wasn't that practicing before, who knows? He goes to Hajj, he dies. He's a shaheed, he gets up on the Day of Judgment, and Allah Azza wa Jal makes him finish his Hajj on the Day of Judgment. And he comes to Allah, and he says, Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. And his thing is that he goes straight to Jannah. Okay? There's the man who actually had 2 eyes gone. There's a hadith in Bukhari. He had no eyesight, or he lost his eyesight. Okay? Whichever one it was, whether he was born blind, or he became blind in his life. And for the rest of his life, he had to, go around, with a walking stick or whatever, find his way around. When he gets to the Akhirah, Sahih Hadith of Bukhari, Allah Azza wa Jal will say, and he says in the Hadith, that when I've taken 2 of the beloved things to my servant, these are his 2 beloved things, his eyes, are 2 beloved things to him. When I took that away from him and he had patience, I have no reward for him except that I'm going to give him Jannah. The blind man gets Jannah just because he's blind, then nothing else. Don't tell me that it was because of his tahajjud, don't tell me it's Quran tilawah. Look, Quran tilawah is important, alright? Tahajjud is important, but I'm saying to you, don't you map out who gets to Jannah for what reason. Allah Azza wa Jal maps out who gets there. And there are many like that, who get to the next world, and they get to Jannah for one reason or another reason. And Allah Azza wa Jal keeps on creating it, there's no others. Some of you are sitting here, subhanAllah, you think that Allah has not blessed you with too much. Some people, they don't have too much money. What are you going to say, brothers, if you don't have too much money? What are you going to say? Say it? Say it? Come, brothers, say it, say it. Say it a bit louder. I say, brothers, see, if you got a lot of money, what are you going to say? Alhamdulillah. If you got not enough money, what are you going to say? Alhamdulillah. There's khair in both of them. There's goodness in both of them. But the thing is, the poor man's got his test and the rich man has got his test. Okay? The poor man has got his test, the rich man has got his test. The poor man's test is to see what he does when he doesn't have enough money. Does he become greedy? Does he become jealous? Does he start to, rip people off? Does he complain a lot? Does he make, all these bad suggestions about why he's like this? Or does he become somebody who just gets on with it, has sabr, has patience? And the rich man has got his problems. Does he spend his money in the wrong way? Does he buy things he is not supposed to buy? Okay? Does he ruin his akhirah because of his money? Does he go towards haram because of his money? Do you understand? His test is different. Rich man's test is different. Poor man's test is different. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came back from Mi'raj, and he said, "Qumtu ala babil Jannah." He said, I stood on the doors of Jannah, and I saw most of the people who were entering Jannah. This is a vision Allah gave of the Day of Judgment. He came back from Mi'raj, and he brought back with him a vision of Jannah, vision of the next world. He said, I stood on the doors of Jannah, and I saw most of the people who were entering Jannah were the poor people. Do you understand? Only a few people say, Subhanallah, must have a lot of rich people around here, boys. A lot of rich people here, boys. And if you're thinking that Allah's put you in a situation for one reason, you don't know, that could be your Jannah. The fact that you're never blessed with a lot of money in your life and you have to do sabr because of it, you go straight to Jannah because of that. Who knows what is your excuse to go to Jannah? And that is why when we're on this earth, we try and look for every single opportunity we can find to get to Jannah. And we stay away from every opportunity that might take us to the fire. Because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said to us in a hadith of Bukhari and Muslim, he said, Al-Jannatu aqrabu ila ahadin minkum min shiraki na'ali. Or kama qala alayhi salatu wasalam. He said, Jannah is closer to one of you than the shoelace of his own shoe. You know your shoelace of your own shoe is closer to you than that. وَالنَّارُ مِثْلُ ذَلِكَ. Jahannam is close to you, closer than you, than the shoelace of your own shoe. Why? Because any deed can take you to Jannah and any deed can take you to Jahannam. May Allah Azza wa Jalla protect us from Jahannam. Now brothers, final few things I want to say to you is a hadith I want to quote to you, and then I'm going to talk about Jannah. What is so special about Jannah? Okay? Final hadith. The hadith is, Allah Azza wa Jalla created Jannah and He created the road to Jannah. And Allah created Jahannam and He created the road to Jahannam. And Jibreel alayhi salatu salam visited this, and I'm not going to say the full hadith, I'm just going to say this much. Jibreel alayhi salam saw that on the road to Jannah are the things people don't like to do. My brother, when you have to get up, my sister, when you have to get up for Fajr, early in the morning, especially in the winter period, and it's cold, and you have to get out of your warm, snuggy bed. Your warm, comfy bed. When you have to get out of that and you have to get out, do wudu, and by the time you waited for the water to get warm, you've done your wudu. And by the time you wash your feet, now the hot water is coming, you think, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Okay? So you get up and you do your fajr, you know what? That is in the pathway to Jannah, which Jibreel alayhi salam saw. All the makari, it says makari. Makari means anything you don't like. My friend, you have to stop everything and you have to bow down to Allah for salah. That is Jannah for you. That is Jannah for you. That's what makari means. You don't want to do it, but you have to do it. That is what life is. And my friend, if there's anybody here who doesn't pray 5 times a day, okay, do me a favor, please. Stop eating 5 times a day. 3 full meals, 2 snacks a day, tea in between, whatever. Please stop eating that. Because the Allah that provided you 5 times a day meals has just asked you just to thank Him for those meals. That's all He did. The Allah that gave you your salary at the end and gives you salary at the end of the month, He just said, you just thank me. That's all He said. And that same Allah said in Surah An-Nisa, Surah number 4, ayah number 147, Allah said, مَا يَفْعَلُ اللَّهُ مِعَذَابِكُمْ إِن شَكَرْتُمْ وَآمَنْتُمْ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ شَاكِرًا عَلِيمًا. What will Allah want to do by punishing you? People normally say, oh, Allah's going to punish you. If you don't pray, you're going to go to Jahannam. If you Allah's going to kill you. Allah's going to do this to you. Allah's going to do that to you. Look, my friend, look, just please pause for a moment. Read the Quran. Read the Quran, what the Quran says. The Quran says, what will Allah want to do by punishing you? What will He give by punishing you? In shakartum wa amantum. If you just show thanks and you believe, وَكَانَ اللَّهُ شَاكِرًا عَلِيمًا, Allah Azza wa Jal, He mostly appreciates what you do and He knows what you're doing. Okay, He appreciates what you do. That's all Allah wanted us to do. We have our life. Allah said, enjoy your life. Enjoy your planet Earth. Enjoy your wives, no problem. Enjoy your children, no problem. But just don't forget me. Allah said, enjoy your wealth, no problem. Just give a bit of it for sadaqah. The rest of it you keep, no problem. It's very easy. Islam is very easy. Very easy. If you got money, Allah says, some of it 2.5%, just give that to the poor people. The rest, 97.5% is yours. 97.5% Allah says yours. He said, Conjuse makki choose. Allah said, look, I've given you 24 hours. Out of that, 23 hours is yours. 1 hour mine. 23 hours yours. Do whatever. 23 hours, 1 hour mine. Just pray. Just do wudu. Do your salah. All your 5 salahs together, not going to be more than 1 hour. And you can't do that. You can't do that. And then after that, you say, no, still, please, Allah, feed me tomorrow. Please, feed me tomorrow. Yeah. Give you 5 more meals tomorrow. Breakfast, yeah, tea time, yeah, lunch, another tea break, and the one in the evening, yeah. Thank you, Allah. I'm going to sleep without Isha. La hawla wa la quwwata. La hawla wa la quwwata. Allah, thanks for giving me a nice wife, nice husband, nice children, lovely children. But I don't want to listen to you. La hawla wa la quwwata. Islam is very easy, very easy. Once you put it into your system, it's very easy. Allah just asks for a few things. You do those things, you got Jannah waiting for you. In fact, some people, the excuse to go to Jannah will be the fasting in Ramadan. You don't know. Many people in the day of judgment will come, Allah said, because of the fasting that you did, because the hadith of Bukhari says it. Hadith of Bukhari says, وَأَنَا أَجْزِي بِهِ, I will reward them. What will Allah reward you with on the day of judgment? الصَّوْمُ لِي وَأَنَا أَجْزِي بِهِ. Allah said, He fasted for me, she fasted for me, and I will give the reward. What's Allah's reward? Allah's reward is Jannah. Some people go straight to Jannah because of just fasting in Ramadan. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. To those people who don't want to do any of this, what's wrong with you? Look, enjoy life, my friend. Enjoy life. Get the dunya and get the akhirah. This is what you're supposed to do. Get both. Enjoy both. Why live a life when you want a bit more of the dunya and you ruin your akhirah for it? Allah said 23 hours yours, 1 hour mine. You want full 24 and then you ruin your akhirah. La ilaha illallah. What kind of sense is that? What kind of logic is that? Allah said, okay, 330 something days, 335 days in the year, right? Yours, you eat as much as you like. 30 days in the year, just 30 days in the year, fast from me, just during the daytime. And you say, no, I'm not going to do that. You ruin it. You ruin it. Allah said 97.5% of your wealth is yours, 2.5% that way to the fuqara. You say now on 100%, you killed yourself. You just killed your Jannah, you wrote to Jannah, you killed all of it. Islam is very simple. You just give what Allah has said to give and you keep the rest for yourself. You enjoy this world. You get dunya, you get akhirah. Atina fi dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana. You get both. You get the best of this world, the best of the next world. Wa qina adhab an-nar, and you save yourself from the punishment of the fire. Okay? Now, the road to Jannah is full of things that we might not like. My friends, things that you don't like and you don't want to do, you start doing them again and again, Allah will make it a habit. Allah will make it your habit. You didn't like to pray 5 times a day. You didn't like to actually listen to Allah. When you start doing it, it becomes a habit. Don't worry about it. Soon you'll enjoy it. It becomes natural. You won't be able to live without it. You won't be able to live without it. And when you get to, my friends, if you have Iman and Amal Salih, I'm going to tell you in 2 minutes your road to Jannah. Now listen to this. You protected your Iman. You did good actions. Whichever of these actions there are. You get to your death, this is what happens. 500 angels will come from Jannah dressed in white. 500 angels in white will come with the perfumes of Jannah towards you. 500 angels are struggling to see which one is the first to take you out of your body. Allahu Akbar. They're calling you by the best of your names. The best names ever anybody call you in the dunya, they call you by that. 500 angels then take you out delicately out of your body. They then lift you up into the heaven. And they take you to the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh heaven. And they take you up there. And then Allah Azza wa Jalla says, my servant, you've been good, go back to your body, I'll see you in a while. So what happens is all in hadith, and then they bring it straight back to your body. Your family are crying, you're smiling. Your family are shedding tears, you're beaming with delight. Okay? They're washing your body, janazah, washing your body. You're happy. You say, take quickly, quickly. Hadith of Bukhari, quickly, quickly. They're carrying you on their shoulders after janazah. You're saying, to my house, to my house, to my house, to my place, my permanent place. Take me, take quickly. They put you inside the grave, they put the soil, they're all crying up there, you're not crying. You're inside here, you're waiting. Nakir Munkar come, they ask you question 1, question 2, question 3, you answer them correctly. Then they open, according to hadith of Abu Dawud, they open a doorway from your feet that show you Jahannam first, and they say to you, if you were bad, this would have been your place. They close it permanently, and they open 2 doors from your head side, and they say that this is your permanent place in Jannah. So you see that, okay? Your ruh then is taken to Illiyin straight away after that. Your connection is with the grave, but you go to Illiyin. When you go there, who do you see? Your grandfather, your grandmother, your aunt, your uncle, perhaps your parents who passed away before you, your brother, sister, whoever passed away before you, they're already there. And they embrace you, and they ask you about the people of the world. Okay, now you got 2 families. Whoa, I've got 2 families. I've got one family in the dunya crying for me, and one family over here happy for me, right? And you soon get used to them, you forget about the family in the dunya. And then next minute you know, the horn has been blown. And your head comes up. And where are you? Because you're a good person, you find yourself next to Medina Munawwara. The Arsh is right next to you. There's the Prophets just there. They're under the only shade. You go straight over there, in there, you're invited, you go there, you get a cup, it's of Kawthar. You drink that, you never become thirsty ever again. After that, your call comes very soon. You go over there, you come in front of Allah. Allah says, okay, let me look at your fara'id. This is in Hadith of Muslim. Let me look at your fara'id, all your fard, all your salah, your zakah, your hajj, your duty towards your parents, your duty towards this. Okay, fine, it's all intact. Allah's not going to ask you any little question after that. According to Hadith of Muslim, no other further questions. Your fara'id intact, all fard intact, Allah says no problem. Then the Prophet ﷺ is going towards Jannah. So you join him and you go towards him Jannah. When he gets to the bridge, he goes across like lightning. And you go like lightning, or you go very fast as well. And he gets to the doors of Jannah, he gets in first. Then after him are the great prophets. After that it's going to be the Sahaba, Abu Bakr Siddiq, Umar radiallahu anhu, they go inside. Sahaba go inside, one by one different people, and then you go inside. You know how much time it was from the time you died till now? According to a hadith of Muslim, it was like the 2 rakats of Salatul Fajr that you pray. Sahih Muslim says, for a believer, from the moment he dies till the moment he goes to Jannah, it feels like 2 rakats of Salatul Fajr that you pray. You know the description I gave you in the last 3-4 minutes? That's what it's going to be. You just die, and after a little while, boom, 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 you're in Jannah. But my friend, if you haven't made it with Allah, if you ruined your iman because of the dunya, because of planet Earth, because you found a girl that took you away from Allah, a boy that took you away from Allah, illicit relationship took you away from Allah, if some drugs took you away from Allah, and you never did tawbah, you never came back to Allah and got your forgiveness. I'm saying that those people who went away, who never came back to Allah, who never got Allah's forgiveness, then my friend, you're in serious trouble. If you went away and you gave all your time to the dunya, to your family, no time to Allah, no salah, no this, you just abolished your deen for your dunya. Allah says, أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ اشْتَرَوُا الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا بِالْآخِرَةِ. These are the people, they gave away the akhirah and they took the life of this world for themselves. La ilaha illallah. You traded the wrong thing. You traded the akhirah for the dunya. Allah says, okay. What happens is, if you haven't made tawbah, if you haven't got connected with Allah, if you haven't made it up with Allah, if you haven't started to obey Allah, if you haven't connected yourself with Allah, then this is what happens. And listen to this. You come to your death, and then you see 500 angels dressed in black. They come from Jahannam side. And they come with the smells of Jahannam. The worst smells you've ever smelled in this world. They come to you and they grab you and they beat you from your face, and then they beat you from your back, and you beat you from your face, and then back from your back again, and you're going back and forth until they finally will rip you out of your body like cotton wool that's been tied around thorns and got stuck there, and you rip it out. That's how they're going to rip your soul out of your body, according to Hadith of Ahmad. And when you come out, they call you by the worst of names. They put you in a straight jacket. You're constrained inside. You're taken to the first heaven only. The first heaven only, not to the seventh one. And Allah says to you, okay, servant, you haven't been doing too good. Okay, go back. We'll see in a little while. So you come back to your body. And once you're inside, your family are crying, but you're crying more than them. They can't hear you. They're washing your body and you're saying, what are you doing? They're carrying you on their shoulders and you say, where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't leave me, please, don't leave me, don't take me there. I don't want to go. Don't leave me from your side. They put you in your grave and the soil that comes above you and you're inside there. This is your worst nightmare ever. You're in the dark, you're all alone, you got nobody. They take all your wealth, everything you work for the whole of your life. You spend all your 24 hours for. 23 you're supposed to spend, one for Allah, but you spend 24. You never gave, for the fuqara, whatever you did wrong, okay? All that wealth is gone. All your children take it, your grandchildren take it, your wife takes it, others take it, and you're in the grave. Then the naked munkar come. They ask you 3 questions. You say, I don't know. Hadith al-Bukhari. I don't know. So then they open 2 doors away, 2 doors from your head side, and they show you Jannah, and they say to you that if you were good, this would have been your abode. But that's not going to be your abode. So they close that, then they open 2 doors from your feet side with the Jahannam, and they say that is going to be your abode. Then they take your soul, and they take it not to Illiyin, where your family members are that were good before you. They take it to the Hawiyah, which is bottomless pit. And when they take it down there, you are all alone getting punished over and over again. Depending on the crime you had in this world, you're going to get punished. The people who committed zina and they committed adultery, fornication, for them, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in a hadith of Bukhari, they're going to be placed into pots in which is the fire. The fire is not under the pot, it's inside the pot. The men and women are naked and they're tossed out. And tossed back in, tossed out, tossed back in, tossed out, tossed back in, and that's until the day of judgment. That is your punishment. The people who dealt themselves in usury are going to find themselves in a river of blood, according to hadith of Bukhari. And they're there, and every time they try and swim out of it, there is a man at the end of the river bank that takes a rock and he will throw it and smash you so hard, hit you so hard that you go right back to the middle of the river. And you try and swim back again, he takes a rock again and he smashes you again and you go back to the middle of the river. Because you dealt with usury, that is going to be your punishment until the day of judgment. Each and every crime has a different punishment. May Allah protect all of us, say Ameen. Ameen. And then one day, okay, it's the day of judgment. So you get up there on the day of judgment. Where are you? Where are you now? Allah's arsh is way away from you. Allah's throne is way away from you. You can't even get near there. You can't even come near there because the angels are guarding it. You're not invited. You can't go there. Where are you? You've got the sun 1 mile above your head. According to a hadith, 1 mile above your head, and it's making everybody sweat. And the sweat is making them, the sweat comes up to their knees, some up to the hips, some up to the collarbones, some up to the collarbones. And it's boiling sweat because the sun is burning it. The earth is made of copper. Nuhasun falatan tasiran in Surah Ar-Rahman has said. It said. So then you face punishment. If you are a liar, you're with the liars on the day of judgment. If you're with your gangs and you're the gang culture, you're with your gangs on the day of judgment. No lie. You're with the gangs. Allah's talked about them in the Holy Quran. You're going to say, where's gangs in the Quran? I'm going to say in 3 places in the Quran. Gangs, the ones that are leaders and others, they take them away towards a different pathway. Yes. And gang leaders and gang followers are going to argue with one another on the day of judgment. This one's going to blame them, they're going to blame them. In the Quran, in 3 different places. وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ اتَّبِعُوا مِنَ تبرأ الذين اتبعوا من الذين اتبعوا ورأوا العذاب وتقطعت بهم الأسباب. They're going to break their gang membership on the day of judgment. تقطعت بهم الأسباب. The leaders are going to say it's your fault. They're going to say no, it's your fault. They're going to start blaming each other. وقال الذين استضعفوا للذين استكبروا. Those who were subordinates, those who were weak, we're going to say to the arrogant ones, you're the ones that led us away from Allah. And they're going to say, no, you're the ones that you decided to do that. They're going to say, no, بَلْ مَكْرُ اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ إِذْ تَأْمُرُونَنَا. Every single night and day you used to text us and used to tell us to go out of our doors and do this and take this little bag and give it to this other person. You used to make us run around like your little whatever in the community. And you made us do it. the argument is going to be won over by the people who follow. But nonetheless, both of them are going to have the sentence on the Day of Judgment. And then what you've got to face is 50,000 years in the Day of Judgment. After that, you've got Jahannam lying ahead of you. May Allah protect all of us. And when they get to there, Allah knows whether it's going to be decades, centuries, millenniums, whatever it's going to be. They stay there until one day, if you had Iman, then you come out of that and you finally taken to paradise. You know how miserable, how long, how painful it's going to be if I haven't made my way with Allah Azza wa Jal. My friends, I'm asking you today, you make your niyyah today. You're doing a tawbah for your life today. You're making your intention today. Don't say to yourself, I'm going to do it in 10 years time, 5 years time. That's a lullaby. This is a lullaby. You know Shaitan? He's got a song called Rock My Baby on the Treetop. You heard that? All of you are going to say Astaghfirullah. No. Rock My Baby on the Treetop, yeah? Shaitan lullabies people with Rock My Baby. He says, rock my baby when I become 40. I will be there in the Masjid, praying to Allah and getting close to Him. And after, when you get to 40, what it does? He starts again, rock my baby when I become 50. I will be with Allah. Okay? Next thing, you get to 50s. He says, rock my baby, pension time is coming. When I get to 60, I will do my Hajj. So you get to 60. And when you get to 60, he's got no more rockabye before you. You know what he says to you now? He says, bro, you're dead. Bro, you're dead. You're messed up. You're 60. You never prayed. You never got close to Allah. Now you're going to go to Him? You munafiq. You hypocrite. How dare you? All your life, stay away from Allah. What, you're going to start bowing down, huh? You're going to become Sufi Sahib now, huh? You're going to be Sufi Sahib now, huh? Going to grow your beard now, huh? See, he's going to mess you up. All your life, rockabye baby. And when you get there, again, bro, you're dead. He's going to allow that to you. He's going to kill you. My friend, you make intention today. Today, there's no tomorrow. And Imam Ghazali says a wonderful thing. He says, "O son of Adam, do you not realize that today is yesterday's tomorrow?" I want to repeat that for you because it takes a bit of working out. Son of Adam, don't you realize that today is yesterday's tomorrow? Because yesterday you said, I'll do it tomorrow. And that's today. You understand that? And today you're saying tomorrow. When you get to tomorrow, you're going to say tomorrow again. But it's actually the day when you said you're going to do it. Like some people have got a very bad habit. They say, bukra, inshallah. Now, bukra. You don't have bukra? Look, I love my Arab brothers here. I love all of my Arab brothers. But some Arabs, very few Arabs, they have this culture where they say, bukra, inshallah. You go with your form to the office, and it's all filled in everything. And the guy looks and says, yeah, bukra, inshallah. Come tomorrow, morning, inshallah. So you go next morning, he says to you, he looks, bukra, inshallah, bukra, inshallah. Next morning you go, bukra, inshallah. Every day, bukra. Every day, bukra. My friend, one day you're going to get sick of bukra. I have too many bukras. Are you not sick of the shaitan messing you up and saying bukra with your akhirah? Every day you're saying tomorrow. Every day you're saying next year I'll fix myself up. Every day you're saying I want to fix myself up in 10 years time. You don't understand what the shaitan is doing? He's doing, rock my baby when I become 40. That's when I'll grow a beard and be good. You know, he's giving you a nice little song, they're lullabying you, okay? Now don't take the lullaby. Today you make the intention, I'm going to make it with Allah Azza wa Jal, inshallah. You do your tawbah, I'll do my tawbah, you do your tawbah. I don't care how many times you do tawbah. We say to Allah, oh Allah, put me onto the road of paradise. I'm going to start from today. And I'm going to do all the things that I have to do. And I'm going to detest them. If I hate them, that's a sign that those things you have made on the road to paradise. Because that's what Jibreel alayhi salam saw. Makari, things that we're not going to like. And when we do those, inshallah, as soon as you die, inshallah, you will find yourself in a few more minutes. Where? Jannah. Is it okay if we delay the adhan for a little bit? Yeah? You sure you're not going to beat me up? Yeah. Some uncle's not going to get up and, have a war with, so okay. If the adhan at 35 past is okay?
35 past Adhan is okay?
Okay.
Okay, inshallah, jazakumullah. When you get to Jannah, because you've been waiting for your huriyins, haven't you? La hawla. We're going to have another day now, brothers. About hurayn. The thing is, you gave up whatever you gave up in this world, and Allah will give you the best treat ever in Jannah. Subhanallah. Jannah, as I said to you in the beginning, that's our planet. That's where we came from. That's home. And when you get to Jannah, subhanallah, you just walk into Jannah, and Allah has created for you certain servants, and those servants comes to you. They come to you like one comes with this dish, another one with this one, another one with another dish, another one with another dish, and you take this one, and you take that one, and you take that one, and you take that one, and they keep on going around you. يَطُوفُ عَلَيْهِمْ وِلْدَانٌ مُخَلَّدُونَ. They're gonna serve every time you want some food. They're gonna come. Don't worry, you're not gonna be burping in Jannah. You can eat as much as you like. You can drink as much as you like. I'll just say a simple thing. The hura'in in Jannah, there's one thing that's enough. If a hura'in was to come and just spit, you know, like spit in the Pacific Ocean. And the Pacific Ocean, the largest ocean that we've got. Imagine she just comes and looks at the little thing and goes, you know what will happen? The whole of the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, everywhere where the oceans and the rivers reach, from North Pole to South Pole, all of it will become sweet. Sweet as in sweet, the whole of it, all of it, top to the bottom of the brinks of the earth, all of it's going to become sweet. Can you imagine if that's what her spit is, what's going to become her tongue when she speaks to you? Okay, brothers, don't get carried away too much here. Because Salatul Asr coming, okay? You got to keep your wudu, you understand? Can you imagine what Allah has kept when she talks to you? Because she will wear, according to a Sahih Hadith of Muslim, she will have 70 thin fabrics of garment. And you will see through the 70. Beautiful fabrics, one after the other, after the 70 fabrics. Don't worry, Yad, she's not going to be Morty Yad, don't worry. She's not going to be, don't worry about it. And you look right into her shin, and in her shin she's got her marrow bone. And in that marrow bone is her love for you. And you can see that beating inside her marrow bone. You can see that beating inside the marrow bone. In Jannah, my friends, when we get there, La ilaha illallah. When we get there, there's nothing more pleasurable than knowing that you never, ever going to die ever again. And all of the things Allah gives us is for us permanent. Right now you're dying for a house, a big house here. Forget that, brother. You're going to have 10 times this world. Allah's going to give you planet Earth times 10. Can you imagine how many houses you can build on that? La ilaha illallah. In Jannah, you want to have a face change, you just ask Allah, Allah will give you a face change there and then. You can have designer faces every single day you want. Designer faces every day. Don't worry, they're not going to cut your face up. In this world, you want to have a designer face, they cut you all up. And after about 4 years, they're talking like this, are you alright? My jawbone's got to be out of place. None of that, brother. Straight designer face, without any pain, without any time, Allah will change it for you. Anytime you want. In Jannah, you will have La ilaha illallah, every person that you knew of this world, and they're in Jannah with you. They are as sweet and as good as Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Imagine every person has got the akhlaq of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All your neighbors, everybody are like Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everyone's voice is like Dawood alayhi salam, who when he used to sing, the birds used to sing along with him. And everybody's age is going to be like Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. You're young, you're 33. So your dad's 33, your granddad's 33, and you're 33. Say subhanallah. That's it, brothers. Don't worry, you still know he's your dad, but he's 33. Okay, he's going to be mid-age. Your granddad's 33. Okay, your son's 33 as well. And your grandchild is 33 as well. La ilaha illallah. And Allah is going to give every single person the beauty of more than Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. Brothers, That's our planet. We've got nothing to worry. All we've got is a very short life here. For 60 years, 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, whatever it is. Iman, amal salih. Faith and protect your good actions, and Allah Azza wa Jal will give us that, inshallah. We'll have a short dua, inshallah. After that, even though we'll have the adhan. Jazakumullah khair for sitting so patiently and listening to this. Let's have a short dua, inshallah. Sallallahu ala Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad wa ala